There's something going on with Ontario's provincial animal welfare services, and we need answers. Hello, my name is Grace. I'm from Toronto and I'm a University of Windsor law student. Today I want to bring awareness to something that was already reported in 2023 and has not been talked nearly enough since. My project is a critical analysis and investigation into the performance and activities of Ontario's Provincial Animal Welfare Services, also known as PAWS. In this video, I'm going to break it down into 3 parts: the situation, where PAWS is failing, and what needs to change. So let's talk about PAWS and how they are not living up to their standards. Since PAWS replaced the OSPCA in 2019, there has been a significant decline in orders issued and charges laid. In comparing annual reports, journalist Bobby Hristova exposed that within the same time span of 3 years, PAWS has issued nearly 10,000 less orders and has laid nearly 1,000 less provincial and criminal charges than the OSPCA. With a budget that is nearly 4 times more than the OSPCA's, 21 million in comparison to 5.75 million, it is evident that there's something happening within our animal welfare service. With the growing frustration from our community towards PAWS, the question becomes, what is PAWS doing? Or rather, what is PAWS not doing? Looking at articles posted since the enactment of the PAWS Act until the present, I recorded all the public's comments and dissatisfaction with PAWS to see where PAWS is failing its community. Specifically, I tried to see if there was a pattern or any similarities between the public's dissatisfaction with PAWS's performance. And there was. My research has highlighted the underlying connecting issue. Reports are being made, but no intensive investigations are being conducted. Here are some events that stand out. In 2022 to 2023, Whitewater Region's residents spoke out against granting a kennel license to James and Tin Hubert. Backed by a petition with over 2,800 signatures, the kennel license was denied, but the puppy mill was still not shut down. Despite previous license denials to their father, investigation by PAWS and the municipality and PAWS awareness of the situation, no action has been taken. In 2024, PAWS laid 96 charges against Hamilton dog boarder Jessica Kippen following the death of 2 dogs in her care. What's shocking is that allegations and concerns date back to 2021, where the business faced 6 bylaw violations, including operating without a license and failing to maintain sanitary conditions. It wasn't until mass protests and public outrage did PAWS investigate into Kippen and lay the charges against her. In 2025, the death of a dog named Dakota exposed that PAWS had been informed of her mistreatment and abuse and had done nothing. Neighbors testified that they had protested to the apartment management and complained to PAWS, the police, and the health department. Some neighbors testified that PAWS came twice to the dwelling, but Dakota's owners refused to allow them entry, so they left. Now, let's compare this to the Act. When looking at the Act, it states that AWS inspectors have the power to require the production of an animal and to ask inquiries. They may also apply for a warrant or a telewarrant to enter a dwelling, or they may even enter one without a warrant if they believe the animal is in serious harm. In the case of Dakota, they did neither, despite ample evidence that they had to act. The only reason charges were finally laid against Dakota's owners was because of the relentless pressure by the public, not because the system worked as it should. And well, for the other cases, it's the same. PAWS only acted when it was too late. What's more is that there's layered secrecy around this. I found out that Dakota's owners were charged through activists and articles, not from PAWS themselves. This research journey alone, I have tried to speak or have spoken to the Ministry of Attorney General media spokesman, PAWS themselves, reporters, and my local MP, and have gone no closer to an explanation on these numbers. And this shouldn't be the case. The first step that we can take is by exposing this information to the public. This project aligns with DTA's mission of representing animals when their interests are at stake. The DTA takes on issues that are overlooked or underserved, and here, this is an issue that is more than overlooked because it has not been addressed at all. With the DTA's platform, I am asking for the organization to produce a public letter to spread this information to not only make people more aware, but to spark enough interest for more people to demand answers. As pause only seems to act when there's public outrage, maybe this will force them to reevaluate themselves. What we'd be asking the Ministry of Attorney General, which pause is a branch under, is to do an investigation into the activities and performances of pause, or provide an explanation for these numbers. Secondly, we would be asking them to be more transparent and make information more accessible. We're asking pause to be more transparent about their budget, charges, orders, etc. We are also asking for pause to release details about the types of calls they get from the public and their explanation for why some complaints are investigated while others are not. To improve accessibility, we ask that pause have its own website where they can post updates, activities, and other information. Thank you for listening, and together I hope that we can make a difference.
The bees need the trees, but without the trees, there's no bees.
We need the bees in the trees, so save the bees in the trees.